Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Woodology. Today's video I'm going to talk about the new update in this game and how I feel about it. These are my thoughts on 1.1.3.5 and regarding if they are actually, a big change, right? So, starting off in this video, I'm going to start off with the melee. The melee, in my opinion, was basically the big, turnover that we can possibly see in the future. The reason why is because the thing about the melee in this game was that is one of the worst type of mechanical gameplays in a game. Obviously, when you try to melee somebody, you get that kind of mobile style type of melee, and you lock on to the character every time you try to melee. And when you try to get off of the melee and you try to switch your weapon, it's very clunky, and it's not necessarily a good thing to have in a game. All right, so the thing with that is that having, having the melee feel how it feels in the new update is something dice. Y'all did something very good to realize how it's supposed to feel when you're moving with your gun. You did one of the best jobs. If you can just do that with the gunplay, able to get off targets, it's hard to explain, but saying in the background, it feels so clunky right there to jump and get out the way because you're basically stuck. You're just in quicksand, and if you don't again as well, we need to have the input bug be fixed or whatever about the inputs, because sometimes it doesn't feel like you're pressing the right input, but it's just very buggy. The delay is very bad, and along with the desync, right? So allowing all of that together, with the gunplay and able to get out situations very fast, as well as the input delay being very good with no mouse input delay, no mouse reticle, whatever y'all had to address, the compensation, then yes, that will be one of the most ideal fixes y'all will ever do in Battlefield. That will be one of the first fixes y'all have done well, right? And the thing is, y'all did it very well in the melee, right? So you're gonna see me melee in the background, and you're gonna see how it feels when I shoot my gun. You're not gonna see how I feel, but you'll see a little bit, in the background right there. I got a very we got stuck on each other. That's not supposed to happen, and none of that is supposed to happen, and that gets done way too many times in gameplays, and it's not necessarily a fun activity to go through. We don't want to run into each other bumper cars or whatnot, right? It's not fun. So with the melee combat, being able to get out the melee, hit something, get out, and try to hit something, that is very crucial for the game. If y'all just make, because the game's not fast, if y'all make it fast, I would probably regard this or disregard this. But for now, I think that we should go back to 2-hit death. Right? 2-hit deaths for the melee combat, just right back to BF4. And you see how it look like right now. That's how it should be with a weapon, right? But obviously, since we have a lot of stats like mobility and whatnot, that's going to be very hard to implement in the game, right? So that's why we have labs for a reason, to be able to try to create, something not necessarily from scratch, but hopefully y'all are able to disregard everything from a build from another build, because sometimes it's kind of iffy on what type of things you see added every day in Battlefield. So I don't know if both of the builds are actually on the same platform folder. But first and foremost, the melee is very good in a game. Simple as that. That's the best thing that the update did. Best thing. But one more thing that it's supposed to do, 2-hit kill. And then it would be perfect. Nobody doesn't use the knives anyway in this game. And if you do, it's just very clunky. And it doesn't feel like you had a knife kill. Alright. So the next thing is the reticle sight and the color. Alright, so you see I have a change reticle sight in the background. Obviously, it was once green. Now it's, teal or whatever color you would like to call it. Aqua. The thing about, changing the reticle color is that, is good, right? But yeah, obviously, with everybody else saying the same thing, we obviously need the opacity to go up so we can see the reticle sight more, right? It's a good addition to the update. We probably should go back to the hardline gun bench, right, where you can customize literally every single thing about your weapon, in sights and weapon skins or whatnot. But obviously, since we have Battlefield Premium, obviously it should probably be, a premium thing, right? But we don't have premium, we have live service. So if y'all do add, the hardline gun bench, I don't know how y'all add that, right? Because y'all chose to do, live service instead of, premium, and that is something kind of upsetting, I guess, right? So reticle sight, yeah, is decent, but yeah, since you can add a reticle color, obviously y'all can do more because if you can change the color in the reticle sight, y'all can change something else like the size of the reticle, freaking the different types of patterns that you had. Like just take my point from Hardline, right? Y'all can customize anything in a gun, all right? So those two updates, the melee, which is the big crucial part in my opinion, because obviously it's going to regard to, melee, and it's going to be a little bit more of a, since we're in urban areas, of course, it's going to be more of a watchful sight, because obviously if you do add 2-hit kills to the actual melee combat system, then yes, it's going to be it's going to be a weird sight, especially if the movement gets like a little buff, maybe. Again, the movement should be just like how the melee was, right? So yeah, saying the same things in different ways, right? But it's just a thing where you have to say it many times to, have them understand. Have y'all understand, Dice, is that you literally are making the formula that we are saying to go back to, Battlefield 4. You're making the formula. It's okay to just keep going in the right direction. Obviously, you don't need to make it completely like Battlefield 4. Do something different, right? Not entirely different. Obviously, we need more things like class change fix. We need everything that pertains to Battlefield. Maybe just the core of Battlefield just needs to be here. The classes, the movement system, just BF4. You don't necessarily need to listen to the casuals who never play BF4 or any other BF game that had the type of mechanics that y'all are trying to copy, which was, the best games in the franchise. 3 and 2, 3 and 4. 3 and 4, I mean. 2, I don't know about 2. It's an old ass game. All my arthritis people out there, if you like Battlefield 2, what did you like about Battlefield 2? Alright? So I'm going to say, just, the update is alright. It's alright. It's not the best. The jet cannon updates, I don't necessarily play with jets, but I heard that it wasn't necessarily a very good thing for what I've seen. It wasn't a very good thing for the cannons to only have a cannon, debuff, when there's like literally a million things like us on the ground shooting with RPGs, different stinger RPGs and whatnot, and killing them with one blow, and then the AA turrets, Yeah, just all the different types of things that helicopters and jets need to go through, right? So vehicle gameplay needs to be way better so we can have better maps. Just a general thing, of course. Everybody advocates for it, just a general thing, right? But for me, the tank gameplay is decent. It's all right. They're very scary, very scary. You know, they die easily. They're very scary and they die easily. So the main vehicle gameplay is basically just get the helicopters and the freaking jets and planes fixed so we can fly them, right? Melee combat, two-hit kill, two-hit kill. Reticle sight, just bring back the hardline gun bench. Just simple as that. Labs is coming out soon. I don't know when they're gonna come out. If they come out, hopefully they can do a good job. And I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. It's not necessarily dead because obviously how I feel about this update, it's like you can see the formula. You can see it like in the background. You see how I'm meleeing. You can see how fluid the movement can be. Alright? So that's all I'm gonna say in this video. Hope you like, share, and subscribe. I will be streaming on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. Battlefield 6. Be sure to check out Worldology on all platforms. And just know that I'm not going to keep saying the game's going to be good and good, but I will still have a little bit of optimism. That's just a continuation because we see it in the background. They can probably do something better. All right. So the update is decent overall. And that's all I'm going to say for this video. I'm out.